Was muted. Okay, welcome back, everybody. All right, we're back to the same stream we were before. I was just trying to pull up this freaking map, and look at all that trouble for nothing, just to show off a freaking map. Okay, so our characters are right around this spot here. They did go here, which is like a danger zone or something, and then they ended up going right here, which was actually a thieves' camp, and then they were being kind of like I think they found out their things were being sold off right here, so no good. So they're back up here, and up here they meet three new people. They meet an orc named Crag, who is an orc fighter. Uh, he's lawfully evil, so I mean he will follow the law, but he is out for himself, definitely, without a doubt. He carries around a halberd. He does have a few things. And then we have a half-elf arcane thief. It's a new type of. It's a class for Castles of Crusades. It is in the player's archive as well as the character classes book, and then I think one other book. I'd like to say adventure spell book. So we're gonna see what his character can do. He doesn't really have any spells. But I guess we can figure that out as we go along. And then we have... Cool. She's got spells. And then we have a human rune mark. Alright, her name is Val, and that's a he. Alright, so... I'm trying to maneuver everything. I gotta definitely find a better spot for this. I'm probably gonna have to like do a TV tray or something off to the side. All right. So anyway, these characters are in the frozen wastelands of this godforsaken whatever the hell this is. I mean, it is godforsaken. That's all we know. It's cold. They make it back. They do sell off a bit of their gear. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I made any changes to their characters at all with buying all that gear. So far, Vola doesn't have anything, which is, if you remember Vola, she is the half-orc barbarian. Pip. Pip actually has a staff. Could have swore they had some gear in here. Maybe I didn't update the character sheets. Well, you know what? It's time to check out the loot. Hello again. Yes, Spartacus, thank you for joining us again. I guess it's time to check out the loot. Alright, because I remember the loot pad. Let's see what do we have in the loot pad for these bad boys. Or bad people. I should say bad people because they're not all boys. Let's see. Yep, loot pad, okay. Oh wow, holy crap. They have in their loot pad from their adventure roughly about 5,000 gold, 5 silver, 5 copper, one whole score of arrows, which is like 20 arrows, a backpack, bedroll, some empty water skins, see a cut crimson jade, some jewelry. Do we have anything of use? Like weapons. Rod of Python, which is a +1 quarterstaff. Ooh. Which turns into a snake. We're gonna give that one to Pip. That one's going to Pip. Alright, so it has a +1 misc on both sides. And let's see here. I gotta pull up quarterstaff. We're not going to go through all this. I'm just trying to see what these characters can use really quick. Alright, quarterstaff. A pony. Well, we're going to just count it as a 1D. It's going to be a 1d6. No matter how you want to slice that one. And when thrown, it can turn into a python. Alright. So we got that one out of the way. Then we have a Buckler of Bashing, which means they can attack with that. Woot woot. Oh, wow. Vola's taking the Buckler of Bashing. Pip's taking the staff. And that staff has an EV of 4. So gonna have to up this stuff. Alright, so his total is now gonna be 14. He is slowed down a little bit. Alright, so +2. Move is minus 10 feet. So he is only 20 feet. So now he's only gonna move 10 feet. He's gonna move slower. Unless he gets rid of a staff, but who cares? Dex and 10. And it looks like nothing else matters right now. We do have some expert weapons, but let's see. Javelin, expert short bow. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to keep the adventure. We're going to get the adventure to go. Alright, we're going to move on with the adventure. This one isn't going to be too long because our main thing is to test the new classes and the new character race to make sure that they are not super overpowered. Meanwhile, so these guys are all pretty much healing. Meanwhile, 3 new characters are coming from the deep wastes, probably a bit further north. Like, they're probably coming from this frozen sea here down into here, but they're actually having some issues traveling. I wonder if there's like level 1. I'm trying to figure out what we can do for a level 1 character hunt for them. I think we got some goblins or something up here, or some orcs. Let's see what we got for monsters, because I want to throw something at them because I want to test out these character classes. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. We're going to pull open this monster manual as these that I designed, as these characters are currently coming into town for the first time. So it's going to be 2 groups, a group of 4 and a group of 3. We're going to see how the group of 3 fares. I'm going to put them up against something kind of easy. Probably 3 orcs, 1 for each, and see how they each fare. So, give me a quick moment here, because I'm going to also pull up something else so we can fill in poor little Cam. Oh, wait a minute. That's why Cam doesn't get it. Wait, I think Cam begins play with something. That's right. Alright, so the Arcane Thief is kind of different. For instance, oh yeah, here we go. We're going to just go with some orcs. Let's see. Basic orcs. Here we go. Cam is what you call an Arcane Thief. He doesn't have any spells unless he begins play with it, or unless they said that I have to come up with something for that. Arcane Thieves can only cast spells that they steal from other spellcasters. So when putting him up against non-spellcasting type monsters, unfortunately, he may start to play with no spells. But we're going to find out to make sure to see if maybe he starts with something. Because that would be in the one of the main guides. Arcane Thieves. You know, they say that the Arcane Thieves operate on a whole new level. I do not agree with that. Just because of this situation alone. Well, that's not nice. You can't steal from people. Arcane thieves can, but they can only steal spells. It's not like they're a rogue. They're like a magical rogue. Well, it says here that he is supposed to have 15 spells. Let's see. In his grimoire. So let's see here. I probably didn't get them. $15 and $7. That's probably why I didn't get that many, because that is a lot of spells. And it falls under arcane. So, like, I believe they follow the wizard's form of spellcasting. Let me pull up another book. You know, it's weird, because I did all this reading before, but now I have to refresh my memory, because it's been a while. Oh, no, that's just runic. Okay, so it must be Adventurous Spellbook then, or Adventurous Backpack. Let me put you guys on a brief hold really quick. Okay, so we're back. Um, so we're back. So apparently, they can do any form of spell. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna roll for some spells really quickly, and let's see what he's gonna start off with, and see what has he already stolen that's been in his grimoire. Now, the way the grimoire works for Arcane Thief is once the spell is used, it only gets a one-time use unless he does the permanency spell. I'm going to only allow him to do one of those out of the entire 15. But we're not actually going to do 15. I'm actually going to roll 6 times. The first 3 times will be a level 0, and then the second 3 times will be a level 1. That'll give him 6 spells. He's supposed to have 15 zeros and 7 first level spells, is what they begin play with. So it'll be 7. So he's supposed to have like roughly, what is that, like 22? We're not going to roll for all that. So good thing I do have the Adventurous Spellbook, because the Adventurous Spellbook actually has a master list, and you can actually just use that. Alright, so we're going to go with, and I guess I don't know if we're going to do with Divine or Arcane. That's a good point. What spells did he steal? Well, I guess the good thing is we'll do 64 rolls. All right, Arcaners are going to be our main one, because the only time you do Divine is if you're dealing with Druids or Clerics. Likelihood of that might be Wizards. So we'll do. Oh fuck it, we'll just do odd for Divine and even for Arcane. So it looks like we get 3 Divine spells. The first one is going to be Divine. So we're going to go to Cleric, which has only got like a 13 as its highest one. So Cleric, alright, so he's going to steal these spells, but he only gets to pick one that's going to be permanent. Alright, so he's got Hex, Detect Magic that he's going to be able to use right away. And Sharpen Senses. Oh, wait a minute. That's all Divine. Well, I got 3 of those. We'll make all his level 0 spells Divine. Bit sloppy, but, you know. And then his second 3 spells will be all Arcane. Wizards. Alright. A bit sloppy, but I really don't care right now. I'm trying to figure things out. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, so 7. Call Vermin. Cube of Fire. Very useful. And the final one is going to be 24. Jump. Okay. Well, I guess he can't pick what, I guess he can't decide which ones he stole. Regular old fireball, something normal. Yeah. No, I actually rolled for all of them, so I guess we'll see how these turn out. Oh, and then we're going to roll a d6 and see which one he makes permanent. Number 4, which is Call Vermin. He probably picked up Call Vermin first, and then when he got a hold of the other spells was like, damn, I wish I did something different. But he has to rest for 8 hours before using the permanency spell again. That is one of his traits. It is called Retain Spell, and he's only allowed to cast it. Now that was casted on a level 1 spell, which means he is permanently down to 38 levels left that he can have in his grimoire. Which means if I did this to a level 9 spell, it would be, because you start off with 39 levels you can have. If you have one level 9 spell or 2 level 9 spells, that'll be 18. If you have 2, you take the 9 level, and then the 2 9th level spells, add the levels together, which is 18. 39 minus 18, and then that's how much you have left. You actually have to buy another grimoire. Ice Giants might be a bit too much for that one. So what if he comes across an ice giant that sucks the light and heat out of the air in the tundra? Well, he does have Cube of Fire. Could be kind of dangerous. So yeah. He casted on that, so he has 38 spells. Now, right now, 38 spell levels that he can still have once he casts the other spells. Like if he uses Hex, Detect Magic, Sharpen Senses, Cube of Fire, and Jump, wastes all those to only have that one level 1 spell. He has 38 he can replenish. Right now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He only has 33 slots left. One of which is permanently gone. And then when they're all permanently gone, you actually have to buy a new grimoire, which you have to earn. And you can't just use regular paper or anything like that. I mean, unless you can scribe a scroll, but I mean, it has to be a grimoire. It actually has to be a book. Doesn't say that in the rules. But it does say you have to have a grimoire. So you're going to have to spend the money to make one too. And basically where you have one where it picks up certain levels, to me it would have to be a special book, not just any book, just because that does play on the character's strength and weaknesses. It does both and doesn't make them overpowered. So that's just a GM call for you. All right. They're going to get attacked by... We're going to see how well they do. 3 orcs. They are currently on their way outside of town. They're adjacent to the town. They're right here, about to cross this frozen river into this town here to meet up with the other group that they don't even know that they're meeting yet. So here's where they're at, and they're taking on 3 orcs. So we're gonna make some rolls here. Okay, so the top ones are going to be, all right, 17, 5, and 1. So I'm looking at 17, 5, and 1, literally. Wow, okay. Did the orcs do any better? Oh, the orcs did way better, so they get to go first. Orcs are going to take their turns first because there's 3 of them, and then they're going to pretty much go from there. So, yeah, here we go. Orcs are all rolling. 7, 6, and 2. Oh, definitely, well, hang on. That's 10, 9, and, well, I do know that one's done, that one's done. The closest that might come to it is 10. Nope. Nope. And nope. Nope, they all missed. All the orcs missed. Alright. So Crag is going to strike for 9 points of damage, or 9 points, which is a miss. He attacked with the 9. That's a miss. Kim is going to attack with a spell. He is actually going to use his Cube of Fire spell, because it seems like that might be kind of a smart idea to do. I hate it when I have this mic this far away from my face, because I want you guys to be able to hear me. I know it's probably kind of annoying, my voice going in and out. Where's my books at? Okay, here they are. Alright, so Cube of Fire. Let's see what that does. Cube of Fire, Cube of Fire. Scrolling down to Cube of Fire, trying to find it. I do have like both the PDFs and the physical copies. I hate to dig out my physical copies. See, just pop over at Diagon Alley by a new grimoire. I mean, you could if they make it available. It's got to be like a book, probably with a specific type of binding. Even if it doesn't, I'm still going to make sure it's a special find, because it does play on. Because if you can just pick out any book or any paper, it would kind of allow that class to do whatever and have all these kinds of books. I'm unfortunately going to make it kind of a little bit more difficult for them than that. Alright, so the caster calls upon the power of the elemental fire to summon into existence a 10-foot cube with heavy flames that rises from anywhere within 20 yards of the caster. The flames can be directed to move at 20 feet per round and deal 1d. Wow, so you can. Oh, so this is also concentration. Nice. Duration is 3 rounds. Cube lasts 3 melee rounds. And it covers the ranges up to 60 feet. Nice. So that would definitely take care of them. So 1d4 points of damage. Okay, cool. Let's see what that does. They each take a little bit of damage. So, well, 1 is dead, 2 are still alive. They barely got hit by the flames, and the other guy missed. Val missed. Alright. Well, the other 2 orcs did manage to hurt someone, so 2d4. So 6 and 4. Oh, plus 2. So 8 and 4. Well, we're going to put all of that, 8 and 4, that's 12. We're going to put all that on Crag. Say he was the only one within range. He's at -1 right now. So he's going to need to give a death roll. Crag's definitely not overpowered. Okay, he failed that. He's at -2 now. Okay, so it's safe to say that he's definitely not overpowered. It's still based on the dice roll. Alright. Well, Cube of Fire is now gone. He can no longer use it. Now his next thing he's going to do, he's going to try hexing these people. Well, let's see. Maybe he can try and just attack. Oh, God, he sucks at attacking. Yeah, oh, jeez, let's figure this one out. Nope, he's down. Nope, that does not work for them. Alright, so Val is going to cast one of her spells. She's got 2 runes of initiates. One is she's going to cast darkness. This is magical darkness. She's a rune caster, so she has taken the time to cast the Rune of Darkness. So now, let's see what this does. Darkness extinguishes any normal light, natural light source such as fire, candles, torches, etc. in a 20-foot radius. No attribute check is required. However, for the darkness to... Oh, wait. There was a dexterity move in that one. Let me see. Did any of them make it? I would probably say... Oh, God, they would all have made it out. Never mind. Alright, well, they're going to get a bonus roll. No attribute check required. However, the darkness extinguishes magical light. The rune mark must make a successful attribute check. Well, this would be sunlight. That would not work, honestly. They don't have anything that is useful. Wow, that's pretty fucking useless. Excuse my language. Well, I guess she's going to try and attack then. Oh, no, that's terrible. Alright. Yep, okay. Alright, so the orcs just rolled again. Alright, so we got 8 again and 7 again. So 8 on one. One is still alive. 7 on the other. One is down to a -1. I need 2 death rolls. They both fail. It is up to Cam to pull them out, but these guys have not casted any spells. See, he's running out of spells. He is going to cast Hex to see if that helps him out. Alright. Okay, here we go, Hex. Hex places a curse on a person or monster 50 feet. Okay. And it's a wisdom saving throw. So now, we'll see if he can beat that. Nope. Alright, so now he casted Hex on one of the monsters. Now we get to roll a 1d10. It's 7. Okay, Adlid Brain must make a successful attribute check at -3 before any class action. Oh, okay. So I guess attacking would be at a -3 now. Which... But it has to be an attribute check for that. That would be that. So... That'd be a -1. Okay, so he has to get 13 or... No, he has to get... at a -1, 14 or better to succeed at attacking. So let's see if he can do that. Oh, he did it. He did it. Oh, okay, so the... Alright. Well, that wasted another spell. And that he no longer has. And, pretty much he's dead. So they're all bleeding out. Let's see how bad he's bleeding out. There's still 2 orcs. So we got 7 and 2, that's 9. 6 and 2, that's 8. That's 17 points. He's dead. Alright, he's dead, never to return. Okay, so maybe if he would have had more spells, maybe that would have worked out. They are not dead. They will be turning back around. We're going to play with the Arcane Thief, maybe just a little bit more on another adventure at some point. We're probably going to stop it here, so that way I can figure out a better storyline or something to tell you guys. But, okay, so the whole point of running this test was to see if my homebrew orc and if the rune mark, if my homebrew orc is overpowered. It does not appear to be. They were facing off with average level 1 monsters on their own. So I think everything is pretty much fine with that. The orc is definitely more than fair. And then, so, that's already been approved and through. So, yeah, like I thought, it was pretty much fair. Okay, so as far as Arcane Thief goes, it still has the weaknesses of any other spellcaster. Also based on attribute rolls, but attribute rolls are not different. Yeah, he made that orc had to make that attribute check. They actually scored it, so it was it's -3, which left them with like a -1 as a modifier. So they rolled it, and it came out to, so like 13 or better would have done a good job. He got a 15 on the dice roll. So yeah, Arcane Thief, and then he was losing the spells. So the Arcane Thief is probably only mostly effective when you have spellcasters. I'm going to allow the Arcane Thief to be played in my games. Just fact of the matter, it's gonna happen. So I don't really care what anyone thinks, because they do have, unless the attributes, it seems to be played the same way like any other spellcaster, only he was losing the spells. I was watching it, he only had one permanent spell, and he never did use it, because I didn't think it would really help out. Maybe it would have, who knows. So he's going to have less spells next time when we start. I'll probably give him a couple more before that next video comes out. So I'm going to approve of the Arcane Thief at this time. I think it's going to be fair. And no one's going to really play an Arcane Thief. No one's going to be in a game that I'm running and play an Arcane Thief right away. Right now, they're still learning with the core classes, but I will make it readily available coming up in the future. And then as far as the rune mark is concerned, yeah, kind of after reading that spell, I was thinking about casting Darkness, but it only affects up to 100 feet. And technically, if it's not inside of a building, I don't really see it being that effective. That was kind of like my problem, because it only extinguishes non-magical light. Sunlight, it could go up to 100 feet, so it's basically you got a 100-foot darkness dome. I just can't see that really being a thing. There, run in any direction within a round, and you'll probably be if you run. See, it was orcs. Orcs can run at 30-40 feet per round. Oh no! They can walk out. They can move at 30 or 40 feet per round. If they're running, it's either ×3 or ×5. Regardless of which, they would have been out within a single round or two anyway. So I don't really think that the rune mark is overpowered. They were all easily defeated by level 1 characters. Those monsters were just basic level 1. They weren't that strong, so they're as strong as I make other orcs. And I hate to say it, my dwarf, I had a dwarf cleric and a dwarven fighter and a elf rogue. Oh, anyone who heard that sneezing, that was my girlfriend in the background. Bless you, honey. Anyway, if anybody, if you have any sense of math and you're good at it, pretty much, it really doesn't matter. Like I said, I had elf rogue, dwarven fighter, and dwarven cleric take out 26 orcs continuously. These guys did not do that, and those were just based on luck on the rolls. So, if you took a really low roll and succeeded at it, I can see that being a problem, and definitely an overpowered character class, or having, and I did use their character class's abilities, of which was given. I used all that was available to me, and that didn't even help them. So, I don't really see them being overpowered. Maybe underpowered, but not overpowered. So, The rolls were here. Granted, you guys didn't see much of those rolls, but I mean, you could. Maybe I should have shown them off, but I was not trying to overload that. The whole point of this workshop was to prove and to basically tell you that my thoughts on the Arcane Thief, a homebrew orc, depending on the stats, and then a rune mark class. The Arcane Thief class, the rune mark class are not overpowered, I don't think. So I will probably let them in my future campaigns for Castles and Crusades. They have been approved. I will be making notes of that, letting people know that, hey, if you want to switch to this class or play a character in this class, it is definitely okay. So I don't see them being overpowered. We will be looking at other classes going in the near future. This workshop was not as well built as my others, but, you know, it is what it is. So, alright. So, I think we covered everything here for today. Showing that off. Yep, my people did drop like flies. And I didn't show that off. I just showed you guys where I was at in the map. But maybe I should have. But yeah, they did drop like flies. It was kind of sad. So, definitely not overpowered. They are, you know, the argument that some people have argued is that they're on a different level. I don't know what that actually means at this point, because I don't really see much of them being on a different level. If by different level means overpowered, then fine. If it means under level, then yeah, I can agree with that second one, but not the first one. But you know what? Even wizards fall like that too. So it is what it is. I mean, it's, you know, this is why we have GMs and stuff like that. The rune mark could not use most of their class abilities, because some of their class abilities also creating artifacts, magical artifacts, of which can only be done if they have a forge. But they have to be in a town for a forge. And 9 times out of 10, the forge has to be their own. So, yeah, I think I'm going to approve of all this and go from there. Alright, everybody, for everyone who's tuned in and watched this, thank you so much. Sorry that it was not as well developed as my other ones. I'm not really quite feeling too well today. I pulled, and it's not a sickness or an illness, I just pulled a freaking neck muscle, and it's just been in pain, so I'm probably should have postponed, but I didn't, because I wanted to do this. I wanted to prove a point, and sadly, I proved that point. So, alright everybody, have a great and wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in, and I have something funny going out with you guys.
Why don't you shut up?
You shut up!